Hello, everybody. A warm welcome to you once again to my channel. Here we speak to feed the mind. Today, I'm going to be looking at an interesting topic which I have titled Fear of Disappointment. So, you realize that so many times in our lives we have been experiencing the basic emotion or feeling um, of fear, and it has become a huge setback in our day to day lives. But today I'm just going to be looking at what one can do in order to take that necessary first step that's going to have positive impact in your life. So the first thing is this: fear is a basic emotion, like I mentioned. It's something that we feel here and there as a result of our mind giving us awareness. And you need to understand as well that expectations comes in two forms. So there are individual expectations, the things that you feel like I might not be able to achieve or to meet. Then there are expectations that are external. These are coming from the society, and these are also coming from the people around us. So we want to look at how one can take that first step, and what is it that you need to take from that first step in order to be able to stand in a position where you can take the second step. So the first step that you take in your life, the first step that you are going to take, either in starting a business, either in a new career, or something that you have been dreaming about, trying to meet that goal or to achieve certain goals that you have set in your life, you need to take that first step as a show of personality. So, what am I saying in this sense? I'm trying to say the fact that you have been able to take the first step in your life, it shows courage, it builds your personality, it builds self belief. Meaning to say, if you are someone who is watching this video and you have taken a step towards greatness, and you feel like you have disappointed yourself or you have failed to achieve certain expectations that you had, or certain expectations that were coming from the society, I want you to remember this: that the moment you start to take that first step and understand that it is a show of personality, it shows the things that you carry within you, it shows what you believe about yourself. So taking that first step on its own is a step of courage and self belief. Number two, I want you to always remember that the first step that you are going to take in achieving your goals or in fighting to achieve your goals, it is a learning curve. So the moment you are going to start to take that first step as a learning curve, it is going to be a lesson, an individual lesson. And after you have understood it to be a learning curve, it's going to build what I call experience. So now there is individual experience that's coming as a result of taking this first step. And I want you to always remember that the more you encourage yourself to take that step, that's the more you become close and close and closer to your dream. So there is room for perfection. Now, where is this room of perfection coming from? So when you take that first step in your life towards greatness, you are going to meet your expectations maybe halfway or at a certain amount that is not what you were expecting. Meaning to say, you are going to have room for perfection, as you are going to stand in a position of self-reflection. So you are going to look at the attempt that you have made. You are going to look at the work input that you were putting. You are going to look at the things that were setbacks or the things that you feel like you didn't pay special attention to, that's allowing you to grow and bringing a sense of perfection. Number three, I want you to always remember that the first step that you take in your life, it's a source of inspiration. Now, how is that step inspiring you? How is that step giving you courage to be creative more and more? Right. Number one, this step is a source of inspiration to either yourself or the people around you. Let me start with yourself. It is going to put you in a position where you now have that sense of belief, where you now feel that it is possible for me to achieve this goal. but I need to pay attention to one or two, three things. Number two, I said it is a source of inspiration to the people around you. Now, how is it a source of inspiration to the people around you? The idea that you wanted to send has been sent. Meaning to say, if you are surrounded by people who are observant, if you are surrounded by people who assess things, they are going to see the idea that was behind your first step, and they are going to gather the courage to take that step as well. But remember, because it was a learning curve to you, it is also going to be a learning curve to the next person. This is the reason why you find that so many times we have seen people in spaces where they attempt to do something and they withdraw themselves. But you find that someone else, maybe who was just close by, starts to implement that idea and they become successful. So, taking that first step in your life is a source of inspiration to you and the people around you. Number On that same note of our inspiration, it is a sign of greatness. Now, how is your first step a sign of greatness? Like I mentioned earlier on, it shows what you have within you, it shows where you are going, and it shows what it takes for one to take that first step. So it is a step of awareness to the people around you. You also need to realize that once you make that first step, you realize that you have no limits. Now, why am I saying you have no limits? Now it is an opportunity for you to dream big. So each time you take a first step towards your greatness in life, I want you to always remember that when you take it as a learning curve, when you take it and assess the things that you have done, the things that you felt like you neglected and you didn't pay enough attention to, it is going to be a ground that is going to allow you to grow. Meaning to say, you are now going to see yourself as someone with potential. You are now going to see yourself as someone with personality. So maybe you took that step before in your life and you felt discouraged. But I am here to remind you this today, that the first step that you made in your life was a learning curve. Take it as a learning curve. Look at the things that you may have ignored as you were approaching that step of greatness. When you look at those things, look at how you can pay attention to those details, and you are going to tell me that you have learned something in that first step, and it is going to be constructive. Lastly, learning to take your first step as a learning curve. So when you take your first step as a learning curve in life, it builds your personality. For some of you, for some of us, we have tried so many things in life, different things, and we have failed. We have come to a point where we have told ourselves that it was a failure. But I want you to take that first step as a step of learning, as a learning curve, and it is going to build your personality. It is going to bring a sense of humility in your life, where you start to tell yourself that there is more I need to learn in order to stand in this position, in order to achieve my goal. Number two, it brings quality. So quality is coming in your life as a result of you wanting to go an extra mile in order to achieve that goal, or in order to meet those expectations that you failed to meet when you were taking that first step. Number three, you are going to have a sense of appreciation. This is whereby you are starting to appreciate the people around you. You are starting to see the impact of people around you. You are starting to say, okay, I have gone this far so far. But in order to meet my expectations, in order to achieve my goal, I need various people, I need various characters around me. So a sense of appreciating people is coming as a result of taking your first step as a learning curve. Number four, there is power of association. So you are going to realize that the more you take your first step as a learning curve, there is going to be power of association in your life. So where is this power of association coming from? You are going to identify relevant associates that you need in order to go an extra mile to achieve your goals. So it is important for you to understand that whenever you want to achieve a certain goal in life, you need associates that are constructive. You also need to understand that there is patience that is going to be built. So patience is coming as a result of you adapting to the challenges, adapting to the situation. That's what I call intelligence, meaning to say you are now going to stand in a position whereby you are going to tell yourself that I am patient until I achieve my goal. So because you failed to meet your expectations at that first attempt, you are going to be patient in order to meet the next step. Number five, there is self-discovery. So self-discovery is coming as a result of you taking that first step as a learning curve. How are you going to discover yourself? You are going to learn things about your personality. You are going to develop new skills about your personality that you need in order to achieve your goal. So I want you to look at the success side now. So many times we have seen people feeling like they have failed in life after taking the first step and not meeting the expectations. But hear me out today. When you take that first step, it is a step of sending the idea, meaning to say the idea has been sent to people that you wanted to receive the idea. Now, the idea has been sent. So what is it that you need? You now need to take the second step in order to build the idea in the people around you, or in the people that you wanted to receive the idea. So you need to take that second step. It is success. Number two, there is a bigger picture, meaning to say your expectations have been met halfway, but the success part of it, the idea has been sent. Now you need to look at the bigger picture. You need to self-reflect. You need to look at the process. You need to look at the method that you were using and try to look at the things that you can develop. And lastly, it makes the story real, meaning to say whenever you fail to achieve something as a result of the first attempt in life, it makes the story real. It gives you a sense of reality as you are going to take that next step. Hear me out. Don't be discouraged by the first step that you took in life that didn't leave you where you were expecting to be. Take it as a learning curve. Take it as a step to discover yourself. Take it as a source of inspiration. Take it as a step to build yourself, to build your personality, and you are going to have the courage to take that next step. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.